big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess lightworker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste, Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. The planetary hot topics to add to your almanac over the next 7 days. On the 14th of January, the moon in Pisces is conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Tap into disciplined energy to navigate tasks. Emotional depth is met with a need for inner stability and structure. Reassure yourself that you are on the right path. On the 15th, the sun in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces. The practical Capricorn and dreamy Pisces energies work well together today. All practical endeavors will benefit from an infusion of inspiration and visionary creativity. Your enhanced intuition directs any decision making with a deeper sense of purpose. Excuse me. On the 16th, the moon in Aries squares Mercury in Capricorn. It may be difficult to communicate openly and effectively, and you may stumble over your words. Think before you speak and make sure you're listening too. On the 17th, the first quarter moon in Aries is a time to make adjustments over the next week. Take the initiative with them to make them happen. You also have the moon in Aries trining Venus in Sagittarius, bringing some stability and security to your life. This is a unique aspect as it is a fabulous time for long-term commitments. On the 18th, the moon enters Taurus, helping you to preserve and increase money and material possessions. Security and compatibility are essential to you at this time. You also have Mercury in Capricorn sextiling Saturn in Pisces. During this time, you are hardworking, ambitious, logical, and intuitive. You also have a good memory. Consider any actions carefully and execute your plans correctly. You may be attracted to older people. On the 19th, Mercury in Capricorn trines Jupiter in Taurus. This is an excellent time to apply to universities, apply extra effort when studying for exams, start courses, as well as traveling to foreign lands and exploring different cultures. Business affairs will go well. It's also a great time to take up another language as a hobby. Also, you have Venus in Sagittarius squaring Neptune in Pisces. Read the terms and conditions of any contract very, very carefully. The other party may be hiding something from you. Any secret affair started now, especially in secret, will most likely be exposed and cause embarrassment in the future. On the 20th, Pluto enters Aquarius, having the power planet of change in the free-thinking, inquisitive sign of Aquarius for the next 19 years makes a potent combination, darling dears. You will realize that you cannot get where you want to go if you're held back by negative energy. Please stay tuned in for the tarot reading to follow. Big Cat Wave. Ha ha! Namaste! Grand Rising Big Cat Fire Signs. Welcome or welcome back to your next 7 days messages. Come in. Come on. got intel. Recon is afoot. As we kick our way into this new week, my fire signs, you have Mercury direct in Sagittarius. So your communication is on point, darling dear. You have Mars as well as a new moon in Capricorn, darling dears. So you're being more disciplined and practical with your actions, determined to pursue your goals. You are what? Setting your intentions at the new moon, darling dears. You also have Mercury going direct into Capricorn, darling dears, from yesterday. This is about you being more practical with your goals, darling dears. This is you using your intellect, using your memory, darling dears, not repeating said cycles. It's the epitome of madness, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Let's dive in, darling dears, and see what else is going on for you. Oh, you have 11. Master number, darling dears. This speaks about you creating. You are a natural born creator. You're being divinely inspired, so pay attention to the synchronicities, because the universe will meet you halfway once you set your intention and continue to what? Put your back into it. James 2:14. Faith without works is dead, darling dears. Dodo dead. You have the energy of the 6. This is about cooperation, darling. Just cooperating with others. It could be on medical visits. Or you may be hearing of someone having to take some form of medical visit. Or it could be at a future point. Somebody who has an illness or some kind of issue within them, darling dears. Always seek medical attention, please, to get a true diagnosis of what's going on. You have the energy of the 5. It's about security, darling dears. Someone feels threatened by the foundation that you are creating for yourself. It's also about you making a major decision in the not too distant future, darling dears. In numerology, there is no 11. It goes down. It goes from 1 to 9. So the 11 goes down to a 2, darling dears. The 2 is ruled by the moon. In astrology, the moon is ruled by the square aspect. It speaks about what? It's a powerful aspect, because it creates an impasse where you have to what? Face conflict and frustration in order to create something new for yourself. This is the end, because the 4 is ruled by the sun as well as Uranus energy. So the self, sudden change within the self, darling dears. But you have the 11 and the 2. All right, let's carry on with... Are you still there, bestie? Your birthday could be the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th, or it could be a significant date or number in your life. The best numbers for you over the next 7 days are 1, 2, 4, 6, and 8, darling dears. It's about you reaping the benefits or the rewards from some past effort, darling dears. The number 2 is represented by B, K, and T. Okay? Your best days will be Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday over the next 7 days. All right. The 5 and the 6. If you're looking for a job or a new position, you're about to find it, darling dears. If you're having some kind of meeting or some kind of party or a dinner date with a friend, it's going to go extremely well. And on the subject of friends, the 11 also speaks about what? The parting of the ways with a friend, moving on from a friend. You've outgrown a certain situation. Maybe this may be the final meal. Yes, the last supper with a friend that is no longer a friend, darling dears. Good golly and gosh. Go with the flow and keep going, darling dears. Listen to your intuition and your discernment. You are being guided at this moment in time. This is new partnerships coming into your life, darling dears, but it's also about partnerships. Also speak about contracts. Make sure you read the fine details on any contracts to make sure that there's no skullduggery afoot, darling dears, because we don't like the back end, the consequences. Why? You didn't read the small print, and if you're not sure, take it to someone who actually, it's their field, it's their forte, darling dears. Speculate to accumulate. as we sip our mochas, because we're not getting smoked, darling dears. In tarot, the number 2 is ruled by the High Priestess. This again is moon water energy. You have a mysterious energy about you, darling dears. Something is coming towards you, something that you can actually trust in, and you can feel it in your solar plexus. This is where you feel those butterflies, good and bad, darling dears. You are also seen as a trusted confidant. You are a magnet to certain people. It's your energy, because you are changing your energies. The 11 is an ascension process, darling dears. It's like you're transmuting the dark matter. Dark matter can be good, darling dears. You're taking the best parts and you are remaking yourself fire energies. Your vision, your actions is going to be an adventure where you're going to have to be strong-willed, darling dears, and continue to bring enthusiasm to it as well as you take action, which is the operative word. All right, let's get your oracle ancestral message. I'm gonna go with these messages from the ancestors, from my fire signs. The 2 fake, a dentist, darling dears, but it can also speak about preventing yourself from speaking too soon in a situation. This could also represent some kind of physical violence. What did I just say? Somebody's angry, darling dears. They're very angry at you, and they're not afraid of using the jazz hands. Great job, darling dears. And look, perfect. Perfect is what? Avoiding any conflict and confusion. Remember, as you ascend, darling dears, as you realize whom you are, remember who you are. Your ancestors are giving you the thumbs up, but other people are getting angry because you've outgrown them. You're no longer speaking the same speak, or you're living according to the beat of your own drum. Split the deck. You're extremely happy where you are right now. Yeah, stomach ache. And again, the butterflies in your stomach, darling dear. Someone may have a stomach ache. I'm telling you that you're feeling it in your solar plexus. We just spoke about this. Somebody's very angry about what you've got going on. Very angry. Let's get the Kipper deck. Why are they mad, man? Why are they so mad? Sudden wealth, darling dears. And again, the energy of the 11 as seen on the dice, as well as on the Kipper deck, darling dears. 11 goes to 22. You're a natural born peacemaker, darling dears, but it's about your health and your energetic boundaries. You have to create these boundaries, because you're being divinely guided to what? The right relationships for you. The 22 is represented by the master builder. You are a teacher. You are teaching people how to treat you, darling dears, even from a distance. Yeah, the sudden wealth comes in many forms, in the form of enlightenment, darling dears, true soul contracts, darling dears, new contracts, sponsorships, soul tribe turning up. The right thing that you need at the appropriate moment comes your way. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch, because I speaks the truth. Roof, pinkies up. Yeah, someone's mad, man. Let's see what's on the base of the deck. Yeah, courtship. It could be a relationship, darling, but it also speaks about a partnership. It's on the 4. Wasn't we just speaking about the 4? You creating this new practical foundation for yourself. The 4 is ruled by the sun and the moon, darling dears. The number 2 the 4 is ruled by the sun and Uranus, and number 2 is ruled by the moon. It's about a necessary separation, darling dears, because the number 2 is ruled by the opposition aspect, 180 degrees apart each planet, darling dears. So a necessary separation was put in your circumstance. But it was for you to organize yourself and realize that it was the best thing that could have ever happened to you, darling dears. It was a situation that gave you limitations. But you have an archway at your back for this new beginning, this new pathway that you're taking. 35 is on an 8. The 8 is the number that we are in at this moment in time. 2024 is an 8. Saturn rules. Saturn rules discipline, rewards. It rules time. It rules comedy. Saturn rules joint finances, merging of finances. It's the marriage house, but it's also a very how can I put it? It's about your status and your reputation, darling dears. You would like to merge your your status or your reputation with like-minded people, not angry people, codependent people, jealous people, darling dears. You're realizing that you don't want nobody to be what? A pain, a rod in your back, darling dears. You're creating your version of perfect, and you're doing a great job with it, darling dears. Father God has showed up. This is my God card. Listen, the God card energy back in the God card, darling dears. Illuminated to a different way of doing things. This goes to a 12 hangman, your new perspective, darling dears. And I said enlightenment is upon you over the next 7 days. Your steps are being divinely guided, darling dears. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Things turning up, and I told you, someone is big mad, darling dears. This what? Jezebel's spirit. Revelations 2:20, darling dears. Someone who, right, you thought was a gift in your life, darling dears, but there was a rod in your back. You're cutting ties with many people over the next 7 days, whether verbally or in what communicative dance. Many people are about to be sat down as far as you're concerned, because you are creating your perfect happy for you, darling dears. Putting yourself first. Love it. I don't hate it. Posh. Clap. Let's get a deck and ask some direct questions. Right, let's get a deck I haven't used in a while. This one. Base of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. So this is success on your path, darling dears. This is working hard, achieving new things. It's also a turnaround in your health, your mental health situation at this moment in time. 8 of Pentacles is sun energy again. As well as Virgo energy. This is a new direction, darling dears. You are committed to this new direction. You are raising the bar. Raising the bar, darling dears. Having your boundaries and your expectations high. Yeah, you don't want to be around angry, vindictive people, jealous people. You want to be around like-minded souls. Law number 5, reputation is everything, but they haven't forgotten about you. Somebody would like to come through with a ball swanky apology. Okay, how is my fire signs work and finances over the next 7 days? We saw the sudden wealth and a new path, possibly the signing of a new contract, whether it's working for someone or for yourself, darling dears. But this is a full-on transformation. It's something different to the norm. Yeah, turning your back. Fire energy, darling dears. This goes to an 11:11 fade, being divinely guided, darling dears. Yeah, to move away from what? This is the leaving of a job, darling dears. Leaving of a situation, leaving of a relationship, ending a contract, darling dears. This is about you holding your long-term vision, listening to your intuition and being guided, darling dears, away from what? A betraying situations where there was heartbreak, gossip, scandal, all of the above. Work situation, you're moving forward, darling dears. Some of you are readers. This is about you being focused on what brings you true joy at this moment in time. That is the sudden wealth, being able to balance out all of your finances. But it's also about your mental and physical health, darling dears. Going towards something that eases your mental and physical health. Yeah, someone is definitely leaving a job or a situation that no longer serves them. This is also what, as I said, a lot of passive aggressive. There was a glass ceiling there. If it's a work situation, darling dears, someone is striking out as an entrepreneur, King of Wands. This is a new beginning, darling dears. But this is not juggling and struggling, darling dears. You are balancing out. You have the sign of the 8, infinity again, the Saturn energy. You're being rewarded for this new path that you're taking. Yeah, stress, darling dears. Someone is going to be stressed because you are choosing you in this season or situation. You're not about to be anxious again. Ace of Wands. This goes to 5 of Wands. This is someone that created a lot of conflict in your situation by their actions, their words, or their non-words, darling dears. All right. For my fire sign singles, transformation season has arrived. And again, we go back to the 8th house, Scorpio energy, darling dears. Listen, somebody's found a partner that they can trust, darling dears. That's going to balance out their energies. Wow. Wow. Could also lead to marriage or long-term commitment, darling dears. This is a like-minded soul. Yeah, after what you've been through, you had a lot of heartbreak to overcome, and it's about you loving yourself and not carrying the baggages of past relationships. This person that's coming into your life, darling dears, this is new energy. This is somebody who is, how can I put it, someone that you can joke with, someone that you can tap into your childlike spirit. It's a kindred spirit. It's a soul group contract, darling dear. Yeah. There's also going to be trouble in this relationship. This goes to Three of Pentacles. We've got it twice here and here, darling dears. Threes are about you having choices and options. Yeah. But this person can be, because this is distractions, Knight of Cups. What's the distractions? This person is going to distract you into what believing and truly owning this new beginning. There's going to be an age difference with you, darling dears, but they share the same vision as you. You're going to be traveling a lot with this new partner that comes into your life. You may even be on a journey somewhere. Yep. You're going to be in motion when you meet this person. This person is going to be totally different. Sex is definitely there. The intimacy is definitely there. But you're going to be handling this particular distraction in a different way. Look at this. Listening to your intuition and your discernment, my singles. This is a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. Wow. Two of Cups. What did I say? A soul contract is coming through for you, darling dears. And you will be building together. Wow. Okay, go for it, darling dears. Mercury's not in retrograde. Go for it. But remember, you're a keyboard gangster. Everyone gets investigated. I don't care if they come along holding Jesus and Buddha's hand. No. We investigate. Why? God said, right? Just because you've overcome a certain situation and you've chosen, you darling dears, the sudden wealth of knowing thyself. You have new levels, new devils, darling dears. And don't let the old marauders back in. What about those that are in a relationship or partnership? Somebody has to make a major decision, darling dears. Yeah. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Somebody's making a decision whether to offload a situation. Yeah, they've been worrying about this, having a lot of sleepless nights because they don't want to be the one to break up a happy family. But there's been some form of infidelity in the situation. Yep. Somebody went towards a different opportunity. The other, listen, someone who forgot that they was a whole parent, darling dears. They took a chance. They played with fate and destiny. One of the partners is choosing to leave because they are the baddest of them all. Empress, this is someone knowing their worth in a situation. They don't want to be with the shady bogady. Oh my God. This is someone who's going for a divorce. They're cutting them off down to the memories, darling dears. A partnership or a relationship is about to be over. Someone spun the wheel with something that took their fancy. Wowzers. Woo child. Whoever's taking the initiative to leave, you are being spiritually guided to remove yourself from that situation that's full of confusion. You don't compete where you don't compare. They put you in competition with others. You're bringing the tower to a situation. Wowzers. Listen, it looks like you're going to court, darling dears, and you're going to get what you want from the judge. Wow. Well, good God and gosh. All right. What's the health of the big cat fire signs? I am not a medical physician. I'm not a doctor or a GP or anything like that. I am a qualified counsellor. However, if you have a medical issue or feel that you have one, please go and seek medical advice, professional medical advice. We're just going by what the cards say. But you must seek professional advice. What about their health? Yeah, on a healing path, darling dears. This is emotional healing. This is what taking stock of a situation. This is listening to your intuition. Yeah, somebody's looking at healing in a different way. They're going in a new direction. 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is Pisces and Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So therefore, it's something to do with the thighs, the hips, pituitary gland, your cell nutrition. Somebody's taking a whole different way, looking at their health in a different way, darling dears. They're trying a different way because the traditional ways don't work for them. Okay, then. Okay. And they're very happy with it. Well, go for it, darling dears. if that's what you believe will help you. Yeah, if you believe that she's lying and you're putting your back into it, somebody's going through alternative health matters and they're about to turn a situation around. This is a second chance at life. This is the cup of life, darling dears. Go for it. All right. All right. Final question. What was the main lesson, apart from avoiding the angry and the unhappy? Law number 10 of the 48 laws of power. What was the biggest message, the lesson? Wheel of Fortune, leaving the unhappy and the unlucky where they are, darling dears. This is also what? Yeah, realizing that you've come to the ending of a journey with certain people that you expected to be a lifetime friend or partner. Well, it's over, darling dears. It's time for you to allow the new in, right? The lesson is that you are the baddest of them all. You don't look like what you've been through. Continue to listen to your intuition and your discernment. You are a natural born leader. You may, as I said, you may even be a reader, right? You may have even started your reading because of what? The misfortune in your past, but you have a bright future ahead of you, darling dears. This is about you understanding the past, facing the past, and realizing the past can't come with you. Have the memory of an elephant. Move forward because you're about to meet somebody. And if you're going to get someone, let it be the King of Cups. Why? The fire, the water will what? Dampen the fire, darling dears. This is someone that will not argue with you, darling dears. And this is not someone that's silent. This is someone who understands and adores you. This is a new beginning. Your lesson is to let go of the old and allow the new to come in. You be understanding you're being divinely guided. And it's also what? About emotional maturation, darling dears. Being emotionally mature. That is the lesson in the situation, and letting go of what no longer serves you with grace, giving it to the Most High. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, my Patreon, and my TikToks. Thank you very much for your continued support of me in this channel. If you'd like a personal read, please hit me up in the Gmail. All of my intel is in the description box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share these messages with whomsoever you feel needs it. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Big Cat Wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.
Extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess lightworker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.